Speaking of sex toy companies, I have I've had a endorsement from what was it? Funhouse a while ago. So things can happen, and then again, you get to experiment with different toys. You get to get hands on and all of that good stuff. But I've recently connected with Sexbox, and I have some goodies. I can't show everything on camera, but I can show the packaging that it comes in. So I got some goodies brought over to me. For those that are watching and those that are listening, it's an all black discreet box that if you order the products, you'll be able to get some goodies. And I can't show too much, but I know, Peter, you were supposed to.
Are we just looking from this side?
Huh?
Are we just going to look from this side?
Guidelines, yeah. Oh, shoot, it's upside down. Yeah, it's upside down. So what we can do is describe some of the amazing stuff that's in here. Again,
what's in the box?
What's in the box is it's a new company that came out, and they're in Toronto, and it's called Sexbox, and they spell it with a XES, so it's kind of like backwards. I guess they're really trying to be mindful of the guidelines. And there's some kink stuff in here, so I can show a nice scented candle.
What's the scent? Is it?
I'm not sure, but it's really nice.
Safe.
Yeah. There's a lot of different things in here. This is a mini massager. So, little box. There's oral sex candy. So, BJ Blast.
Those like pop rockets for here.
Yeah.
Pop rocks.
Oh, say what? So, BJ Blast. So, this is something that if you're giving some really good oral, whether you're going down on a girl or you're sucking some.
The box over a little bit is covering my boy's face here.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so I'll put it down, maybe.
Here, like this?
Yeah.
Perfect.
In between us. I got something called Fantasy Cringe, and it's a vibrating super ring. So, guys, if you like to feel stimulated and your girl's not necessarily holding it right or doing some stuff, this is like a ring that vibrates and controllable.
Call me gang strong.
Yes, and there's even some visuals here on how you put it around your stock, if I could say.
I think you can also use it with your hand. You can also use it with your hand as well.
Well, you would know. I mean, I'm just saying that, like, with the toys, help them out here. I'm just like kind of going through some of the stuff.
For your stock or your hands.
And for guys that like to, or anybody that likes to go down on a girl, there's something called Doc Johnson Pussy Liquor. So that is something, if you're looking for some added flavor, comment gang. There's something for you here. Strawberry flavored. So it's an oral gel.
I'll take that one with me when I go home.
You guys heard it. That was Friday.
What's this?
Ow. Yeah. And then there's also some intimate dares. So as you guys know, I like to do the card game where we ask some intimacy questions and put people in some really difficult situations and get them to answer on the spot. So I have some new ones that I'm going to be able to get to read. So it's going to be fun.
And then we have a bottle of massage oil.
I love it.
I'm pretty sure that it's pronounced, is it? No, I always say jojoba, but it's not jojoba. It's jojoba or something.
No, you got it.
Okay, sure whatever. You're right. So massage oil, obviously for sensual massages.
Yes. And y'all know I'm into my kinks, so I'm just going to enjoy all of this ish. So I got another whip. And yeah, I said another because I already have one in my arsenal. So
it's like a mini flogger?
Yes, flogger. Whoever is bad is going to get whipped.
And that is something you can check out at my thing too, because I had the really big one.
You have a big flogger?
Yeah, the one that had 50 tails that I forgot to bring.
50 tails?
Yeah, like the tails.
So you like to be whipped or do you whip?
I use the tools on the people.
Oh, shoot. Friday, why are your eyes wide open? What you got in your arsenal this Friday? What you got at home?
You don't hear the whip tool?
You got a whip?
No, I got a couple of handcuffs. I got it somewhere, but you know.
Oh, shoot.
It's not about me.
And there's some handcuffs, which I'm going to enjoy, and they're furry on the inside. So they're not the typical metal. I have those ones. But these ones are more like the, yeah, I don't think I could show them. Am I? They look kind of innocent, but they're not.
Guidelines.
And yes. I got some lingerie, so I'll probably do a shoot for that. And this is called a Air Pulse. Number one, Air Pulse stimulator. So I guess it's just some air.
Oh, I think that's
Oh, your face, like your body, like something light that you kind
Like
of
I've heard of the other brands that make this like a womanizer. The first
Satisfying?
one that came out was like the womanizer, I think. It's pretty much like a clit vacuum. It's
But
just
she's
like
kind of holding it like on her body.
Is
So I
she?
guess it goes around like something that's like nice that you just kind of go over.
Oh, this one uses air, so it might be different. If it is the thing I'm thinking of, it's supposed to make a woman orgasm in like a minute.
Oh, shit. So I am going to actually do this on my live. So definitely go to my Instagram and check it out once I do another unboxing to try to show a little bit more and kind of
Allizae blogs on Instagram. Send her a DM.
yeah, maybe do some demonstrations. I'm not sure, but definitely I am in affiliation here, and definitely check out my OnlyFans. There might be some content to emerge from all of these new goodies, because I think with sex toys, we never really update our arsenal as often as we should. And then I also have something called a basic rubber works, and it's a slim 7, meaning that those of you guys that are slim 7s, there's love for you guys out there too. And this is actually like a dildo, so yeah.
Common gang strong.
And it's all black. You guys are probably used to Mikey and me, my big brown shaded one, the oversized one that I put in my mouth and everything like that, all that good stuff. Yeah, it's huge. It's literally like, I can't even, the girth is like so massive. I mean, literally like I had to force my mouth over it, but that's something like a little bit of a trick I've done many times.
So it's like more of like a for show one, like a.
It's a huge oversized. It's like
It's
this,
like
and I call it Mikey, and it even has balls too, and all that stuff. And I engage.
They look weird if there's no balls. It's just
A
shaft.
stalk,
Yeah,
yeah.
just a shaft.
Yeah, they try to make it as realistic as possible, but definitely follow Sexbox on Instagram, and definitely if you're looking for some sex toys in Toronto or just online, check them out. They have so many goodies, and yeah, you get discreet packaging. So just had to put that out there. Check them out. So your arsenal, what toys have you participated? Like, what's your favorite go-to toy?
So those things that I showed. So I showed a picture before to her of what I have as a collection, and the 2 photos are like just when I just got them, and it was during COVID because I was expanding my arsenal of stuff. Like, because before I just had like, I don't know, before I had like a few butt plugs. Like when I started porn, I had like butt plugs where they're actually different sizes. Like, because they always shrink down to something really small. But if you're trying to learn like actual anal stuff, you should have
Different sizes.
Yeah, different sizes. So it's actually learning process. So I had those. I had like a ball gag. I had like a feather on a stick. I don't know, but it wasn't much. It was
Just to stroke the body.
yeah, like
It's
it was just
more
like
fun
I
for it.
didn't have much. I had more stuff for myself. So during all this stuff, I decided to go. Well, I mean, I have like a shopping buddy that takes me shopping. So we buy things. So I wanted to get some new stuff. So we walked around the city, and I got one of those like this made by kink.com, and it's like a zapper that's like all red. It's called the violet one.
Is it
I think.
electroplay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now when you just zap, but it's just like a little shock. Like it's not like constant.
Yeah, the voltage is not meant to hurt you or electrocute you.
Yeah.
It's just like some nice tingling. I say nice because yes, I have experienced it. It's just nice light electroplay to stimulate your senses on your body and to help that sensuality kind of come out in a more erotic way.
This one is a little bit different than the lighter one. It doesn't hurt you. It's more just like smarten you up. Like it's a quick little like
Smarten you
like
up.
little like jolt, but it's not constant. Whereas the ones you're talking about, like they have like constant light.
Yeah.
If you're-
Well,
I guess it depends on the toy. There's many kinds,
Yeah.
various electroplay tools. So I have that one, and then I got a few paddles to see what they had. So I went to Northbound Leather, and I bought like their big wooden like preacher paddle to see what wooden paddle.
wow.
Yeah, see what wooden tools were about. I got their like silicone like round paddle for another kind of toy to play with. What else did I get? Was in that photo?
But-
I just got some cool like underwear.
you do the spanking, you said, or do you also enjoy being spanked as well?
I do the spanking. I tried being the spanked like when I first shot for a website before, like when I flew out. It's not really my thing. I'm not really into like being beat. The only thing that like I liked out of it was seeing how much I could take, kind of thing. Like it's like
Tolerance.
now I do cold exposure, so like I'll see how much I can take in a cold bath. Like it's pushing through discomfort kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not so much of a turn on for me. But I like to, like if someone's into something, if they're into receiving pain, I'm into like what they're into. So I'm into like giving pain, and or if it's more for the sound, or if it's more for the, it depends. Some people like, I got one toy that was pretty much a fake leather kind of belt loop, and it makes a lot of sound, but it doesn't really feel like anything. So for that,
That's the impact alone. There.
it's the people who like to hear the sound. Whereas my other friend who likes more pain doesn't care for that one because it's just loud. They want the preacher paddle.
They want to feel.
Yeah, they want the preacher paddle. So I have those. And out of the paddles, my favorite would probably be if the person likes the wood one, because I get to use the big preacher paddle I have. And aside from that, it'd probably just be the loud one because I find most people are a little more skittish. So like it's just more of a starting point. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing I had showed you was this display of like leather tools, which with COVID and everyone doing sales, I lucked out on. It's like an $800 like US like set that I got for $300, but it's like made in Ukraine. So it was random, but yeah. So I got this set, and it came with a belt whip, which is pretty much like a giant piece of belt with a handle. So it's a little bit easier to handle.
Play on words.
Yeah, and then I have the flogger with the 50 tails.
50.
Yeah, like yes, I counted them. And that one it's more like heavy of a feel, but it doesn't really cause like that much like pain. So it's for different. Like if the person wants like more pain, then I'll use like the crop it came with or the cane. But hold on, let's stick with the flogger for a second. So the flogger is the 50 tails. Then it came with a cat of 9 tails, which is like there's just like 9 of them, and it's just like if the flogger pieces there was 2, and they were just kind of wrapped like a rope.
Wow.
So it's like you would see like, I mean, I think it's in like religion stuff. You see what I think Jesus was whipped with like all the little pieces,
It was in The Simpsons too, the cat of 9 tails.
Yeah, what they would scratch. So on this toy, it's just leather. There's no like sharp hooks on the end. And there's that one, which I like because it has more like aerodynamics and flows faster. And my set is black and red, by the way, for people who care. But yeah, black and red is the whole theme. And then we have the cane and the crop, which are more the aggressive ones. So like
the cane will leave a mark.
The cane is just like a stick, right? And like it's more it will definitely leave a mark. I'm into that as well. People want to be marked. I think it's really cool. Sometimes it's really impressive on how much a person can be marked, and I'm trying to figure out how to do that still. So,
spanking. The tool is important as well as
technique.
The lighter the skin, the more redder it's gonna get. The more brutal it bruises.
Yeah.
So impact for sure.
And the last part was just the crop, like with the piece on the end, which a lot of people use wrong. I find because like my one friend was scared. He's like, "Oh no, this it hurts," and he was describing it, and I'm like, "Wait, that sounds like a cane." The person was just using it wrong. They weren't using the piece on the end of the crop, right?
Oh,
so like even during this pandemic, I've reached out to a friend who I haven't met yet because of the whole pandemic, but I'm asking them because they're a dominatrix. Female, yeah.
Dominatrix,
yeah. And I want to learn proper like wrist movements and stuff because there's videos online of people doing it with pillows, but I'd rather have someone who does this as a living, like actually teach me how to do it.
Because you can get hurt if you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, and I don't know everything. It's a learning process. Like even now, where I am with all this stuff I've learned in all the years, I have friends who offer like consultations about like navigating non-monogamy and domination for like cis males and like things to avoid and all this stuff. And I want to make sure that I'm like properly educated on it because I want to learn to do it right. Yeah.
So here's a question. How is your head game?
You mean like me giving head?
Yeah.
Oh. The other one's easy, like lean back. But no, it's okay. Like I know I have a gag reflex. I'm not one of those people who are like just going away without gagging. Like I definitely have like tears run down my eyes and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. It's I've only mostly done it, I guess, on camera. Like the times that I've like filmed and stuff. There's a few times off camera I've done it. I have to really like the person, right? Because I don't want to suck the dick of someone I don't like. Yeah, like I know what I do with mine. I don't know what you do with yours. I want to like you, like kind of thing. But anyways, it's okay. Like I definitely, like I said, I don't have no gag reflex. So I don't know. I do all right. They seem to keep on hiring me for these things.
Oh, shoot. Proof is in the pudding. And you say you have a lot of butt plugs. So this, again, is probably a big question for the comment gang and people watching. Like, how do you prepare for anal? Like, I mean, like, can you take like a very big size? Like,
everyone prepares differently. Like I knew people that would just not eat much food or take like something to cause them to be backed up or whatever, and then they would take a painkiller. So they're not really dealing with like learning. They're just like there's avoiding. I would just, so for me preparing, I would just do like a good cleaning up process beforehand, depending on what you're doing, you know, how in depth you need to clean. Avoid like, you know, I'm lactose intolerant, so I'm not going to have like a cheese pizza the night before. Like I'm not going to.
So we were talking about night before prep. So a good amount of time, you kind of have to like have a good diet. And
I think, yeah, having a good diet is easier than like the memes online where people are saying they're just going to eat ice cubes for dinner and breakfast. Like they're just avoiding food. Like I think a good diet is key, and having fiber and
fiber will loosen you up, by the way.
will also help the things that are in you make sure they move out of you and not leave like a little bit stuck in there and stuff too. It's a you know, you should learn about these things about your body in general, even if you're not doing butt things. You should have good bowel movements, people.
Yes. And again, a very sensitive area. Most people don't like to talk about certain things. So it's important to know that if you are engaging in any sexual activity, there's good vaginal hygiene, penile hygiene, and anal hygiene.
Mm-hmm.
I think overall, that's important to note.
Oh, but yeah, so getting adjusted, like I said earlier, the different sizes of butt plugs.
But a real dick is different.
Yeah, but for getting used to it. So for me, I know when I did cam shows, like if I put a butt plug in, like it would like affect my boner. I had to like get used to it first. So like my body doesn't like too much sensations at once. Some people like a lot of sensation. But
So that's key. That's huge. And honestly, what you said is a good point, because a lot of people that have sex, I think with guys especially, a lot of women put a lot of pressure, or people just put a lot of pressure on guys to be able to multitask during sex and do the most. So I think that's a very key point, because it's been brought up to me before that most guys, they focus, like they just want to do kind of one thing with sex.
yeah, like
And
I
not-
mean, it's hard to like. I know people that do porn and then they'll try to webcam and then they can't like webcam because they're like trying to type and talk to people and like do all these multiple things at once. So yeah, multitasking can be annoying, or not annoying, but it's a thing you have to learn how to do. But like for me, I'd rather focus on one thing in the moment. So like, so if I get the butt plug in there, now it's in there. Now I can focus back on like jerking off or touching myself, because the pressure on the prostate feels good or whatever. But anyway, so
prostate massage.
but for getting used to the sizes, I would put in it. And for me, it was, I just wanted to get used to like the girth first. So I put in one size, relax, just lay down for a bit till I felt ready to move up the next size. I had like a little blog I had read where they talked about squeezing around it and pretty much doing Kegels and just like relaxing and getting like not tiring out your butt a bit, but like kind of a little.
Like flexing your sphinx and
On it, and like getting used to it and all that kind of stuff. And then moving up a few sizes. And then once I felt that was good for girth, which generally was, because I usually had toys bigger than the other people, which I was wrong one time, but yeah. So that was
like a champ.
that was fine. And then after that, depth, I don't know. I never really had an issue with depth. And that was it. I was usually good to go. Like I started with bareback porn, so there was no condoms. So when we did bareback and we had silicone lube, everything went super smooth. The first time I did condoms with water-based lube, I was like, there's a balloon in my butt. This is different. So it's definitely learning.